Okay, let's flash again the poster of the Mid-Autumn Festival celebration sponsored by the Confucius Institute, UP Diliman, under the leadership of the Chinese director, Dr. Jimmy Wu, who is with us. Give us a little background of this project. Is this the first one of UP Diliman, Confucius Institute? And why is there an extension activity in Angeles City, in the Angeles City colleges? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Dr. Jimmy Wu.
Yeah. Actually, there's been, regular program to be performed and carried out by every CI throughout the world. Mm-hmm. So far, there are, to my knowledge, 503 CI
Confucius Institutes throughout the whole world. Yeah. Later on, we'll be discussing more details about that. Yeah.
So actually, the program is to be carried out and performed, conducted by me.
Yes.
And my Filipino counterpart.
Who's your Filipino counterpart in UP?
Yeah, Dr. Ludel.
Ludel.
T. Nepomuceno.
Nepomuceno. Okay.
The lady.
Ludel T. Nepomuceno. Okay.
So why we have program in Angeles City? Because City College of Angeles is one of our teaching point there.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to expand our program to Angeles City.
Okay. Now these so your how big will be the Chinese delegation from China itself? They will bring lanterns. There will be somebody to speak on traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, and then there will be an art troupe.
Yeah.
What is this art troupe? Acrobatics, dancing, or a combination of many things?
Mainly, singing and dancing. Yeah, and they present, traditional Chinese singing and dancing,
okay.
a musical instrument performance.
Okay,
as well.
And is this the same troupe that will perform in the UP Theater?
Right.
And that's October 4 p.m. Okay, and let me look at this. Photo exhibit, they'll bring photos from China to exhibit here?
No. The photo exhibit, the photo will be provided by the Cultural Council Office of Chinese Embassy in
here in the Philippines. Okay. Okay. So we'll go back to this a little more later on. Dr. Jimmy Wu is a scholar of significance. In fact, I was so surprised when he told me that he had to learn 5 languages plus his native Fujian. Is that correct? Which makes him able to speak 6. But you specialized in, is it German? Am I correct?
I specialized in English.
English.
English
literature.
Literature, yeah.
And then because of this skill that you have acquired, by the way, what are the other languages? English, German?
French.
French?
French is my second foreign language. German, the third. And Japanese.
Including Japanese. And of course, Mandarin and
Hokkien.
And when are you going to learn Tagalog?
Actually, I have picked up some Tagalog words. Like this lady, Filipino lady, is maganda.
Maganda, okay.
And this gentleman, is pugwa.
Guapo. Okay.
Salama.
Okay. Yeah. Well, last week we featured a Filipino kids football team who went to China to play football, and when they came back, they could already say "xie xie, ni hao," and so on. So it's a good beginning, and it's a sign that really relations are improving a lot. Your specialization, your doctorate is in education, or
doctor in linguistics.
Linguistics.
Okay.
And because of this skill you have acquired, you were assigned to Africa for some years. Is that correct?
Yeah, at the beginning of the 1980s, I've been assigned to.
You were 30 years younger.
West Africa as an interpreter.
Yeah, interpreter.
In the Chinese embassy there. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on. Now, let's learn a bit more about Confucius Confucius Institute. Let's flash some of the images to familiarize our audience with the Confucius Institute. Yeah, that's your logo. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's your logo, and your building in China. Is that the one?
Yeah, the headquarters building.
The headquarters building.
Headquarters.
And what about the other buildings aside from that? There in that picture, can we return to that? Is that part of a complex?
Yeah.
That's part of the. It's a complex of buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the Hanban Institute? Hanban.
Hanban.
Yeah.
Hanban means, the Confucius Institute headquarters.
Uh-huh.
And in Chinese, the abbreviative form is Hanban.
Hanban. Han means Chinese, right?
Han means Han nationality.
Nationality,
Han
yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Ban means office.
I know Pan Kong.
Yeah.
Is that right? Anyway.
It's abbreviation, shortened form.
Just Pan. Yeah.
Just like CI.
Yeah, and as you said, you have 503 Confucius Institutes all over the world.
503.
503.
Confucius Institutes
Yeah.
throughout the world.
Yeah, because earlier they flashed one of the logos of the Confucius Institute at the Cleveland State University. This is the United States. Confucius Institute at Foscari University of Venice.
Italy. Italy.
Yeah, the other one is Italy. That one is Cleveland State University, the one up above. What are the other? This is the entire map of the many CI that you have around the world. Yeah. I picked this up from reviewing on the internet. So, have you been assigned to other CIs around the world?
Me? No.
This is your first assignment?
Yeah, first assignment.
Okay. And so tell us more about this Confucius Institute, your objectives, your mission, your vision.
Generally speaking, Confucius Institute is a non-profit organization. And its main, mission is to carry out, I would say, propagate the seeds of harmony throughout the world. And each particular CI to a particular nation, a country, of course, it's propagated seed of harmony between the two countries, Yeah. And then, the culture, the media culture, it's language. So that's why we have to teach language first, and then the culture, And finally, to be practical, for example, like for businessmen, as far as Filipino businessmen concerned, if they know Chinese language and culture as well, they can better, carry out their business with Chinese counterparts.
That's right. Yeah.
For example, I heard example, if you can speak English very fluently and you understand English culture, including British culture and American culture, you can do your business very smoothly with your British American counterpart.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Now, one interesting part is that you have both Chinese teachers, regular Chinese teachers, and volunteer Chinese teachers coming to the Philippines and to all the countries that you have CIs. How are they supported? Is this all supported by the Chinese government? The Chinese volunteers?
You mean all these teachers?
The teachers, yes.
Yeah, actually, every CI have two group of teachers. One group is professional teachers.
Okay.
The other group is volunteer teachers. Yeah.
Where are there more volunteers than professional teachers?
It depends on the demand and the need, actual need. Both of the group are sponsored by CI headquarters.
Okay.
CI headquarters. So.
How many teachers all over the world, therefore?
I believe, according to my I don't have an exact number so far, but according to my personal estimate, I believe there should be more than, let me see, several
Several thousands.
of thousands of,
Volunteer teachers and professional teachers.
professional teachers.
For example, of course, we'll look at the UP Confucius Institute. You are still preparing the grounds for it. You don't have your own facility yet. But you're now housed in what building in UP, in the University of the Philippines, your office?
Very soon we will have our
You will set out your own building. But
building.
right now, where are you located in UP?
It's a moment,
At the moment, temporary.
Temporary office located at, UP Palay International House.
Yeah, that's the Bahay Kalinaw, is that right? Kalinaw?
Yeah, not far away from Palay.
It's far away from
Palay. UP Palay International House.
Okay.
At Palay Kalino. Palay Kalino.
Balay Kalinaw.
Near University Hotel
That's
or
right.
UP. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I was surprised that on Facebook there were some requests for friends, and one I clicked was one of your professional teachers or volunteer teachers. That's a volunteer teacher. So they're very active already in the social and cultural interactions in the country. There are other CIs here. How many Confucius Institutes are already in the Philippines, and how many are planned for the future, if there is any more? What are these Confucius Institutes?
Altogether, 4.
4 of them.
4 Confucius Institute in Philippines.
I think the oldest one is the Bulacan State University Confucius Institute.
No,
is that right?
the oldest one is the Ateneo.
Ateneo.
CI Ateneo.
Okay. I think they flashed the one in Bulacan first, and this one is a website of the Confucius Ateneo de Manila, Confucius Institute in Ateneo de Manila. The earlier one was this one is the Confucius Institute of the Angeles University Foundation. And finally, what's the website of the, this was 2 years ago, is that correct, when you launched the Confucius Institute in UP?
I'm standing there now.
Yeah, you're there.
In Palong, Filipino.
Yeah. And I was also there, but I was at the sideline. So this was launched, the Confucius Institute in UP was launched what year?
On October the 12th, 2015.
October 12?
Yeah.
2015. Okay.
And CIUP Diliman is inaugurated. Yeah, on that particular day.
Yeah. And
in UP Theater.
That's right, at the UP Theater. And so 2015, 16, and 2017, you've now been in the country for 2 years and a half. Is that correct?
No.
2015, 16, 17. We now are 17.
Only on October 12 of this year, I'll be here for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you expect to have your own building around 6 months from now. Is that correct?
Yeah. Very likely.
What are the facilities you expect to have in your new facilities?
We are supposed to have about 1,000 square meters. So actual,
space, covered space.
Space, And we are going to set up a library of, arts and literature of China. And besides, the offices for directors and teachers, we will have classroom and also a hall for cultural experience.
That's right.
Of Chinese culture,
So 1,000 square meters is quite sizable. And will you have language or speech training, with earphones and so on?
The classroom, what I mentioned,
okay.
they will be, divided into different classrooms. At least one classroom will be fully equipped with audio, video equipment, The CIA headquarters already, we signed the contract or acceptance CI headquarters will sponsor, donate a complete equipment of audio, video, for that particular classroom.
And what is your mission there in the University of the Philippines? And do you also service the other extensions of the state universities? You mentioned the Community College of Angeles. There are also colleges of the state in Manila, in Mindanao. You mean you will also be extending services to them?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity for me
Yes,
to
yes.
explain.
Yes, please.
Our major area teaching, The first area of teaching will be will cover government departments, central government and local government. Local government, of course, include provincial government and the city government. Central government, for example, at the moment we already have a contract agreement with DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs of the Philippines, for 3 years continuously. We offer courses. So far, we offer 1 year course already now. And then the local government, city government of Angeles. Second area, we are going to sign soon agreement with the DOJ.
DOJ.
With the Bureau of Immigration.
Okay, that's important. That's
soon.
important.
They have a Academy of Immigration. And second area is the League of Cities.
League of Cities.
Which contain 145 cities.
That's right.
Under each city, there's a public college, a city college. So far, we have, we mentioned, one of our teaching points is City College of Angeles, which is supposed to be our model college for teaching. And the third area is, UP's 8 campuses.
8 campuses.
Yes.
What are these 8? That's Diliman?
Diliman is the main campus.
Main campus.
And Manila campus,
yes, of course.
Mindanao, Misayan, blah, blah, all together.
8 campuses. And national government?
Including UPIS.
UP International...
UP Integrity,
Integrity School. Yes, yes.
Which, include elementary school and high school.
Is it? I think that's UP Integrated School. Integrated School.
That's right.
High school and elementary.
Located inside Diliman campus.
That's right. That's right. So
and we soon will establish the Confucius Institute classroom in UPIS.
And imagine that national government, local government, the departments of the national government, DFA, DOJ. You will expect to have hundreds, if not thousands, of volunteer teachers and professional teachers.
At least 100 professional teachers, plus maybe at least 100 or more, even more.
Volunteer teachers.
In order to meet the demand.
And so I was asking you, what is the philosophy behind this vision of spreading Chinese culture? When I already said, many Filipino businessmen I talk to say, I don't know any Mandarin, but I do business with China very easily because businessmen in China, many already speak English. And of course, government people here working with Chinese government side, some of the Chinese government side have better English. So why of course I'm very interested in studying the Mandarin, writing, characters and so on, but from the point of view of those who are promoting the CI, what is the philosophy?
I'll give you one example. A Chinese businessman who knows English literature and philosophy very well, and immediately his British counterpart signed a contract with him. He have absolute confidence in this Chinese businessman because the Chinese businessman understand his language and culture so well, literature and philosophy. So I think why we have to push through teaching Chinese language and culture to the foreign countries, because if the target country, foreign nationals, they can speak Chinese language well, and they can understand Chinese, for example, the philosophy, part of the culture, very well.
Yeah.
Then the business and other, undertaking will go on quite smoothly.
Well, I have some practical reasons why it would be good for many Filipinos to start learning a bit of Mandarin or not learning Mandarin very well. I have some friends who are with the Angeles University Foundation, Confucius Institutes, who are already very good and teaching Chinese already.
Chinese.
But here in Metro Manila, I'm told by my classmates who are now tourism businessmen that they offer 3 times higher salary to employees who speak Chinese. So then, of course, there's the possibility of the Chinese labor market opening up to Filipinos, and maybe also this would help those returning from the Middle East, which has economic and financial problems now, and that would improve their chances also in finding employment, while the Philippine employment situation is a bit difficult.
Yeah, that's on the practical side aspect. If you understand or can speak Chinese language or understand Chinese culture, it'd be easier for you to find a job. That means you have more job opportunity.
More opportunities, more options. Yeah.
Actually, I make a comparison. When I learned anew about soon Filipino government will provide domestic helper, Filipino domestic helper to Chinese market.
That's right. Yeah.
And the pay is much higher than in Hong Kong.
That's right. Yeah.
In Hong Kong, yeah. And I think that if Filipino, workers can speak Chinese language or understand Chinese culture better,
That's right.
they will get more and more job opportunities.
That's right.
And other opportunities, like further study in China to acquire different degree, master degree, PhD degree, sponsored by either by CI or by Chinese government. And Chinese embassy also offer ambassador scholarship, something.
That's
like
right. Yeah. We were not able to put the website of the CIUP.
HTTP.
I don't think you need to memorize that. You just search Confucius Institute UP Diliman, and that will come out already. So those who are interested, we'll have more opportunities to discuss with Dr. Wu in the future. This is not going to be the last time. This is just the first time. So we have our last 60 seconds. Dr. Wu, what would you like to impart before we end the program?
Yeah, I'm very happy, to be given this opportunity to speak to the Filipino public, And I wish, according to my knowledge, Chinese present in Philippines more than 1,000 years. And Chinese, have been making contribution to the Filipino people through trading only. Chinese have never used force, to force Filipino to accept anything. No, upon my arrival in Manila, I have paid several visits to different museums, which present the history of Philippines, and I discovered the fact there, evident, Chinese have been present here for more than 1,000 years and have a peaceful, harmonious coexistence with Philippine people. Yeah. Some even, have been, blending with Filipino through marriage.
That's right.
They are called Chinoy. Chinoy.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Wu. And we will end our discussion with this quote from the inspiration of the Confucius Institute, from Confucius himself. Can you help me with, so I can read it? Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, hope breeds peace. And that is what the Confucius Institute will be assisting the country, the Philippines, in generating prosperity and peace. Have a good weekend. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.